like 21, it's a knife. Bust a left, I got drunk and took a right. I'm so high, you fuck with me, I'll take your life. And then take your life, bring you back to fuck her twice. Ay. I'm in the cut, oh yeah, she wanna fuck, oh yeah, that little bitch cutthroat, yeah, she give me deep throat, yeah, stitch like Lilo, combination no cheat code, yeah, I got the G code, none gon' sing on Glee mode, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video, we're gonna be kind of talking about some random shit. It's like one of those random commentaries I like to drop every once in a while, but today's video, we're gonna be talking about, is it okay to be angry, you know? Like, generally, people see anger as a negative thing, which it can be, and most of the time usually is. Being angry is a fun feeling, no one really likes it. But I feel like there's a way, and it depends on how you use your anger and shit, that can actually kind of benefit you. And instead of, like, for example, like, lashing out, fucking, like, I don't know, just doing dumb shit while you're angry, you could kind of use that kind of more as a way to motivate yourself. There's certain things where it's kind of hard to really do that, and every situation's kind of different in life and shit like that. But usually, a lot of people, I feel like, the anger usually stems from some shit. Everyone's anger stems from something different. For some people, it's how they look. Some people, is like how much like they weigh. Those size, whatever, you know, and pretty much it's like nowadays it's gotten to a point where this anger almost has just turned into just, oh, I'm gonna censor him because I'm angry. Oh, I don't like his opinion, I'm just gonna censor his ass. And those people that need to be censored and shit, and it just kind of sucks because it's like you watch these videos and stuff, and it kind of sucks because like 10 years ago, there were a lot of people usually on the internet being like, hey, the internet should be a place of free speech. Fuck if anyone hurts your feelings. Who cares? It's just the internet. Don't take it serious. And now it's turned into this huge safe space. Everything's getting censored. Everything's getting controlled. And it's kind of stupid because the whole point of the internet like 10 years ago that everyone will try and push is have it be this space of free speech, and now all these naughty fuckers that got bullied and all this shit, and the only success they really had in life was like companies and their money and shit, now are in control and all this shit. And a lot of people like calling them soy boys, whatever the fuck, whatever you want to call them, it's whatever. But these people get into control, and things they don't like that they take personal, they want to censor for everyone else, even if other people don't take it as personal. I feel like a big thing is, it's just stupid because people just nowadays don't know how to control their anger. And you can see it in like the news when you see some stupid white kid or some stupid old motherfucker like go shoot up a place or blow up the RV or some stupid crazy shit. The thing is, all your emotions, people are like, all these like gym bros, all these red pill motherfuckers. Again, I don't think it's a bad thing to kind of believe in the red pill shit, but all these red pill motherfuckers are like, oh, don't listen to your emotions, don't do, like, if you listen to your emotions, you're weak, blah, 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 all this shit. And I think the thing is, it depends how you listen to your emotions. I feel like you should try to use your emotions to motivate you. Like, if you're depressed, if you're sad, if you're angry with yourself on how you look, habits you have, etc., you gotta do something to change them, like, you know, and you should use that feeling to motivate yourself, being like, hey, I'm not gonna be, like, for example, like, for me, I vape a lot. I've been smoking, like, I started smoking cigarettes when I was, like, 13. It wasn't, like an everyday thing, but I tried them, kind of was, like, ooh, kind of cool, every once in a while thing, and then once I got into high school, it kind of blew up, and over the years, yeah, I got more and more dependent on nicotine and shit, and now I'm in this weird 50-50 where it's like I want to quit, and I'm not as dependent, and I see the negatives, you know, obviously, and I've always have, and then there's also the habit where it's like, fuck, I kind of depend on this shit a lot. And, kind of just, like, with things like that, you shouldn't just be like, oh no, like I'm gonna be addicted to this shit forever, blah blah blah. You should try, like, you know, like I try to do, I'm trying to. I cut out tobacco completely. I used to smoke stoves. I used to do mokes. If you don't know what a moke is, it's like when you load up weed and some tobacco in a bowl, snap that shit. Honestly, don't do it. Like, people kind of hype it up. It's just fucking, it's like getting punched by a fucking donkey in your fucking lungs. And that really fucks up your lungs. So don't do that shit. Just smoke normal fucking weed. Don't put tobacco in that shit. But pretty much, with I cut out tobacco. Now I'm like sticking to mainly vaping. Like, again, now when I cut back on vaping, try to get out of that loop. And it just really, when it comes to getting over things like habits and shit like that, it's really, you should try to use your anger to motivate you. Don't be angry like, why am I like this, or anything like that. Don't put yourself down, but use that anger to be like, hey, I can quit this shit. Like, fuck that shit, you know? Anger can be a good fucking thing, and I hate how people think, oh, if you're always like an angry person, it's just a negative thing. And it's like, yeah, it is if you throw your anger on other people. Like, for example, like people who just kind of lash out when, like, again, I don't know, I try not to fall into this. And sometimes I kind of see myself doing it. But when shit doesn't go someone's way, they get all pissed. Again, like, for me, I'm pretty chill with my, like, friends and shit. And I'll, like, buy them shit. I'll be really cool with them. But, for example, I've had to deal with fucking fleas because of my roommate's cat. And yeah, I lost my shit a few times because I'm like, this isn't my cat. What the fuck are you doing at your fucking friend's house? Like, deal with this shit. Luckily, I think I got rid of him. I hope so. Like, dude, I love Central California, but fuck, it sucks. So yeah, now I'm keeping that cat inside. It's like, if that cat goes out, it's getting a fucking bath. I don't give a fuck. But pretty much, as long as after you lash out, you realize what the fuck you did. You don't just try to die on the stupid hill and you apologize and you actually mean that shit and you stick with it. I don't think, again, that's the most negative thing. It's more of a lesson, like, you're still growing as a person. Like, again, everyone expects everyone to be, like, a perfect specimen by the time they're 18, like, understand how the world works and understand, or, well, not really exactly that, but, like, understand the basics of how the world works and understand how people feel and understand how, what's right and what's wrong to say, all this shit. And it's really just kind of stupid because, again, there are right and wrong things to say, you know, but I feel like it's just kind of like they just want to make everyone, like, again, like a lot of YouTubers say, like, Sneeko and shit, like, they just want to turn everyone into a bot. They want to turn everyone into the same type of person and just kind of, just bank off of it. Again, we're going to, like, a new era. Like, it's kind of like for example, we had the Industrial Revolution, which we got factories and all this shit. We started industrializing shit. Then we had the tech age and the early, like, I would say, like, I won't say it was a bit through the, like, 80s and, like, a bit of the early 2000s, you know. We had that smart tech age, and then once it hit 2010 and stuff, we had the whole social media shit. Now we're in this weird, funky era where now everyone's, like, I don't know, everyone's comprehensive of this shit. Like, 10 years ago, it was kind of rare for your mom to maybe have a Facebook or some shit. A lot of adults were kind of like, that's just kind of stupid, like, social media is dumb. Now everyone and their mother has an Instagram, a Facebook, all this shit. And it's just kind of, just, like, weird to see because now, since they have everyone trapped in this little bubble, now they could kind of spew what the fuck they want to say. And pretty much, they just kind of play the system. Again, like we all know, Reddit was the main source of a lot of the things that got popular on the internet. So say something got popular on Reddit, it was going to probably bounce to Instagram, bounce to YouTube, get popular on there. And people realized that and went for it. And over the years, Reddit got more and more fucked up and more censored and all this shit. And again, like I said, those are all things that should be censored. But again, it's just gotten to a point where it's just like, I feel like I'm in like 4th grade when they're like, you can't say that because that like Jimmy might think you're bull. Like, you know, I just feel like a best way to explain it, I feel like I'm just in a 4th grade class with some dumbass teacher, and like you can't call some kids stupid when they're acting stupid because, oh, that's a sense of bullying. Yeah, it kind of is, but you kind of need that shit. You need that angle a bit to show, hey, you're being a fucking idiot. And nowadays, you can't even really do that because now it's like, oh, you're not accepting the person for who they are. And it's like some people are fucking idiots and gotta realize that and wake up to it. And back in the day, the best way of doing that was kind of like, you know, either kind of blowing up a bit or try and sit them down and talk with them and be like, hey, you're fucking up, blah, 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 yada, yada. And there still are people like this, but the mass majority of people nowadays will just get angry and just be like, oh, no, you're just hating. Oh, no, I love my life like this. Like, it just is stupid because then it will just feed into just negative things. Like, people will just be like, oh, I'm okay with where I'm at in life. Oh, okay, like, I'm living with my parents, whatever. Like, dude, when I turned 18, like, it was during COVID, and they were doing, like, a drive through graduation type thing. I didn't even go to that shit. I moved, like, to Cali, like, a week before I graduated, because I'm like, oh, I'm pretty much done with high school, cool. Moved to Cali, moved out, and, like, again, I don't have my shit all the way straight and set up yet, but I'm getting there. I'm pretty much, like, wouldn't say I'm the farthest ahead, I'm killing shit, but compared to a lot of people I know and shit like that, not to talk shit or anything like that, but I'm kind of ahead, like, not to lie, like, I'm doing good for myself, and there are a few things I'm obviously missing. I wouldn't say I'm the obviously most perfect human being, but again, I'm working on those things, and as long as you're working on those things, that's good. And I would just say at the end of the day, try with anger. Try and not feed into negative things, because anger, again, at the end of the day, we all see it as a negative emotion. Negative emotions are very easy to feed into negative things. Again, you can turn a negative emotion into a positive emotion. You could be angry at yourself because you're a fat fuck that plays RuneScape all day eating potato chips. And you should use that anger with yourself, not to be depressed and sad about it and continue the cycle, but be like, hey, I'm gonna walk out and use that anger as motivation and be like, I don't want to be in that same position. A lot of people, I feel like nowadays, are okay being stagnant, and it's not a good thing to be stagnant and be like, oh, I'm okay doing this. Like, bitch, I want to retire when I'm fucking 30. And like, I talk with friends sometimes, and I'm like, some friends are like, fuck yeah, I want to do that. Or like, oh yeah, maybe around 40 and stuff, like the normal kind of thing. And then some people are okay, like, retiring at 60 or not, like, really have that on their mind at all. Like, again, I know I'm like 20, 21, but like, you shouldn't really focus at that shit too much when you're young. But you should at least have a general idea. And some people don't even have that. And like, just a lot of people nowadays are lost and shit because of social media and all this shit being like, oh, you should think this way, you should think that way. Honestly, you should just think how you want to, as long as it's not negatively hurting someone or a group of people. And you should just honestly just say fuck it. Like, anger is not a bad thing. You are the only one to make it into a bad thing, you know? So pretty much with this, I'm just saying, if you're a fat fuck, angry, depressed, or skinny, I don't know, you just want to work out, you want to, I don't know, make more money, whatever, don't sit in the cycle and continue and build up that anger, you know? Use that anger into motivating you to do that shit, so then when you feel good about yourself after doing it, you're like, okay, I know how I'm going to feel if I don't do it, and continue that positive cycle of continuing to do better, you know? And either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.
My case and I break the rim when I dunk that shit, blood